Shalom. My name is Rabbi Uri Pilichowski, and I'm speaking to you from Mitzpeh Yericho in Eretz Yisrael. I am your son's Gemara teacher. I assume if you're in the room that I'm your son's Gemara teacher, and I'm sorry that I can't be there in person, but this is how your son learns, so I figured the better experience is to feel it and experience it firsthand. I'm excited to teach your son's Gemara this year. I like to bring the passion that I have myself in Gemara learning to the classroom, even from a distance. The pasuk says, "Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udvar Hashem Yerushalayim," that Torah comes from Eretz Yisrael, from Tzion, from Yerushalayim. So that's the added benefit that your students get to have from a teacher that's teaching virtually. I have a couple of goals this year, and I'd like to accomplish them. Last year we were very successful in our first year teaching at AJA, and this first year of this virtual sort of Gemara shir. I'm not focused so much on covering ground or on word translation. I'm interested more in teaching the excitement of the wisdom of the Torah, of the Chachmas HaTorah. I like to teach analytical skills. I like to show the deep wisdom of complex concepts within the Talmud. That's really my goal, to take sort of the halacha that the Gemara is positing, break it down to its basic components, and teach the concepts and the principles that stem from that particular sugya. We're going to be studying Sechet Shabbat this year, and looking at some of the malachot of Shabbat and some of the principles of Hilchot Shabbat. And as the Chagim come up, we'll take a break from the Sechet Shabbat and study an in-depth idea on each and every Chag as they appear on the calendar and as they affect our curriculum. There are other aspects to our shir. We begin every single day with a philosophical discussion, a question that's relevant to the students. For instance, yesterday we discussed the idea of Jewish view on racism and whether racism is accepted within the Torah. We came to the conclusion that it's not. The next step in our shir is that one of the students prepares a daily halacha, where on their own, if they need my help, they obviously can turn to me, but the assignment is really to be self-motivated and be able to figure out on your own to find a halacha, any halacha, as long as it's relevant to the people in the class and not something obvious that everybody already knows, and present that halacha to the rest of the class. I feel like this builds the skills of number one, being able to find information on your own, especially Torah information and halacha information, to understand what a halacha lemaisa is, to understand what a practical halacha is, and to differentiate it between, let's say, a philosophical discussion. So this lends those skills, and also allows us, within a short amount of time being used every single day, to be able to learn more of practical halacha. Then the students are given a set of sources. They can be, they start obviously with our Gemara, with a section of the Talmud, and then move on to some of the writings of the Rishonim. They might see Rashi, Tosfos, they might see a bit of Rambam, and build up facts about the topic that we're studying. Once the students have the facts down pat, once they see the information, they understand the information, then we move on to the second part of our attack of the sugya, our attack on an understanding of the topic, and that is asking questions, being able to identify, not that there are any improper questions, but we're understanding the mechanics of halacha. We want to understand more the what, where, how, when, more so than the why. So understanding questions and how to formulate proper questions in order to formulate proper understandings later on. So the students develop questions, they run their questions by me. I critique the questions in a constructive manner to help the students be able to understand how to better develop questions and to focus their questions in a way that's going to help them understand the topic at hand. Then we will move on. I will show the students my own questions. Then the students have time to try to develop a svara. Svara is an explanation. So I want them to develop their own svara, their own explanation to the Gemara, and then hopefully that explanation will then answer our questions. Finally, at the end of the sugya, I give a shir where we put all of our work together, the information, the questions, the svara, and the answers to the question, and we develop a nice package of an understanding of the topic at hand. The students are responsible to then tape, whether by audio or video, a 7-minute at most summary of the sugya, where they run through the different facts, the questions, the svara, and the answers. And this assesses whether or not they've truly understood both the skills that were taught in that particular sugya and the information taught. Students, just in terms of assessments, I don't offer tests. Those are really the only assessments. Students have a responsibility to prepare the daily halacha, to prepare a question once a week. Any question that they hand in, I like getting the students thinking, and then the assessments and reviews. On Fridays, when I can't teach because of the time difference and how it's Shabbat here already, I prepared earlier taped shiurim on the Rambam's Mishnah Torah. They're 20-minute shiurim. The students listen to them, and then there's a form for them to fill out, which allows them to display the knowledge that they have picked up in the shiur, and then to further ask questions on what they've heard. And that's our shiur. I'm always available if you have questions. You can email me or text me or call me, and I'm here to help. Okay, shalom.